If people control your emotion, they control you. They control you. You can't allow your emotion to control your response because in situation, because if they control you, it can dictate your decisions and your behavior. If you are so emotional and you can't focus on what's going on, you may find yourself cussing folks out. Huh? Before you know it. You don't, and in the process, what we don't understand is in cussing the church members out, let me say it this way, that you lose respect and your ability to lead the congregation forward. Raising your voice in the church conference, hollering and screaming, because you cannot control your emotions. And you begin to lose respect because what the people are saying, you are the leader. We need you to lead us in this moment. And if you are emotional and you're all over the place, they like, who's the stable one in the room? Somebody got to be stable. Somebody got to be calm in the room. And if everybody running around, as we say in the South, like a chicken with their head cut off, then what? Who's going to lead us through this situation? All right. They respond to the pressure continues. So he also, it also shows David felt alone. This is based on the fact the Bible said he encouraged himself in the Lord, which meant no one walked over to David and said, it's going to be okay. The text says that he asked the priest for the ephod. Meaning, it's almost a saying that he didn't think the priest was going to pray for him. Let me go to God myself. No one encouraged him in this moment. It was just David and God. In my experience, the pressure situation, there are times you feel alone. You feel alone. Anybody in here ever felt alone in ministry? Like you're on an island all by yourself. Now, this is no shade to no spouse in here. Let me go on to you, because my American experience got my back 110%. Okay? But even sometimes your spouse may not understand what you're going through. They might not understand. But they do notice something different about you. And sometimes they don't know how to approach you to help you maneuver through what you're going through. But I want to encourage spouses to pray for your spouse that's ministering. Lift them up in prayer. Because sometimes we do feel alone. I'm just being transparent. You're right, brother. Feel all by ourselves, under pressure. Talk, sir. That's why the conversation with God is so important. That we got to talk to God in those lonely moments. We need to find that secret place that we can talk to God. But at the same time, as a church, continue to lift up your pastor who's under pressure. Huh? He's under pressure. Lift them up and say, God, I just need, whatever you want to do in their life, whatever you're trying to do in our church, God, I want you to do it. And most of the time, a lot of times, we're not lifting up our pastors. We're just throwing them out there to the wolves. Just figure it out. Huh? And under pressure, I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's important. This ain't on the script. Let me just say this. But just to think about that, what's wrong with even talking to your pastor and say, well, Pastor, what you think about this? Because some of us as congregation members, some congregation members, you got great ideas. But you sit back and wait on, let the pastor figure out what to do. When you got a solution to the problem. And you just already made up in your mind, well, they're not going to listen to me. Well, go over there and talk to them and see. They may be like, man, that's a really good idea. They've been wrestling with it all night long. Okay, let me move on. All right. The third thing, how David responds to it is, it shows David is not in a mentally good space. This is just my own personal opinion. That I believe David has even acknowledged that he's not in a good space. And he has every right to, because he's lost everything. Everything is gone. House burnt. That's what the text says. It burnt. They burnt everything. Women and children are captured. And the only thing he has is him and God. But therefore I suggest you got to acknowledge that you are not in a good space. Sometimes it's good to even be able to talk about that and find ways to deal with it. For David, he prayed. I think I wanted to use a little preaching moment at this time to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you need a healthy outlet. I don't think y'all like that, neighbor. Look at the other neighbor and say, neighbor, you need a healthy outlet.